Join me to paint a beautiful winter scene using watercolor. The sketch needed for this painting is given here and the link to the sketch is provided in the description from where you can download the image. I tear the masking tape and stick it on the watercolor paper as shown in the video to mask the snow-covered area. We are going to create an easy background using wet on wet technique. I wet the area above the masking tape and I am careful not to wet inside the bird's cage. There is cobalt blue and permanent orange on my palette. I mix a little amount of permanent orange to cobalt blue and using that mix I'm going to paint the background. I'm going to do a gradient wash from left side of the paper to the right side. For that, I'm tilting the board according to my comfort and the color value changes from dark value to light value as I move downward. To reduce the color value, we have to reduce the amount of pigment in the brush. For that, I first dip the brush in a container that has clean water and then press it against the wall of the container and let down the pigment in order to reduce the amount of pigment in the brush. After painting the background, tilt the board and allow the excess pigment to get collected near the tip. Use a wastecloth to wipe those excess pigment. Be ready with table salt because we are going to use salt technique for creating snow-covered tree. After sprinkling salt, allow paper to dry completely. You can use a hair dryer to speed up the drying process. I gently scraped up the salt from the paper, then splattered some acrylic white onto the area where the salt technique was used. I removed the masking tape which is used to protect the snow-covered land. I'm using indigo pigment to paint the tree trunk and the branches of this snow-covered tree. To paint the snow-covered landscape, I'm using the wet on wet technique. I first spread water over the snow-covered area and then apply a light value of cobalt blue. Next, I'm painting a medium value of cobalt blue near the masking tape. Next, I'm going to paint the bird again using wet on wet technique. I'm using permanent orange to paint the body of the bird. After that, I mix permanent orange with small amount of indigo pigment to get a brown hue which is used to paint the wings of the bird. I use indigo pigment to paint the tail, foot, and beak of the bird. Using light value of cobalt blue, I paint the shadow of the bird. Thank you for joining me until the end of this video. I hope you found it enjoyable and informative. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more content like this. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye from Prema.